of class 8. Today we will be discussing the chapter The Period of Transition. In this very class, we will be discussing primarily the four main topics, that is the primary source, the secondary source, Renaissance and Reformation. These topics we will be discussing in this very video. So let's start with primary source, then we will discuss the secondary source. For the study of history, we basically depend upon two main sources. One source is called primary source and the other source is called secondary source. The source that is drawn by the first hand information is called primary source. The primary sources are diaries, journals, memories, speeches, letters, interviews, manuscripts and other unpublished works. These are the primary source because these are the sources that are very raw and they are the first hand information obtained from any source. That's why they are called primary. That's why they are called primary. The next source is called secondary source. Secondary source are something that are drawn from the primary source. The secondary source are something that are drawn from the primary source. The secondary source contains are the source that are published works, journals, articles, books, conference proceedings and radio and television documentaries, because all these secondary source are drawn from the primary source. That's why this source is called secondary source. So these are the two sources from which we get information about the history and historical events. So they are basically two sources from where we get the information about historical events, right? Now let's come to the topic of very prime importance in history that has changed the world tremendously is Renaissance. What is Renaissance? Renaissance is the word which literally means rebirth. So by this topic Renaissance we mean rebirth. What is the meaning of rebirth? If we are born, how do we get rebirth once again? It is to be understood more clearly. If we are born, how do we get rebirth again? This is done by getting an intellectual birth in this world. How? If we realize that one should think rationally and one should have faith in humanism, then the idea of Renaissance emerges consequently. So what is Renaissance? Renaissance means rebirth. This idea has changed the world and this has made the world to think and question every event, every topic, every occurrence by the point of rationality. It has made the man rational. It is a socio-cultural movement that has changed the world to think rationally by the spirit of inquiry and by the spirit of humanism. So the Renaissance is a word which means rebirth. Now the next topic is Reformation. What do you mean by Reformation? Reformation is a movement that is against the evil practice that was carried by the Catholic Church. Reformation is a movement that was basically started by Martin Luther. The hero of the Reformation movement was Martin Luther. Reformation is also known as Reformation movement. The hero of the Reformation movement was Martin Luther. It was against the evil practice of the Catholic Church and it led to the establishment of Protestant Church. So what was the cause of Reformation? What was the cause of Reformation? The cause of Reformation was that the fathers of the church were misinterpreting the Bible and selling the indulgence. What is indulgence? Indulgence is a letter of pardon. It is very important to understand the term indulgence. It is very important to understand the term indulgence because indulgence was being sold as a letter of pardon. If anyone commits a crime and he purchases indulgence, that is a letter of pardon from the church, then he is forgiven for the sin that is committed by him. So if a wealthy person exploits a poor person, then he can get an indulgence and he is forgiven from the crime. So this was the main cause of Reformation. And another point was that church was also selling the post of the church. All the post of the church was being sold in the market so that the people can have access to the offices of the church. It was illegally sold, so this led to the corrupt practices in the church. The fathers of the church were misinterpreting the principle of the Bible, the lessons of the Bible. So there was a Reformation movement that was started by Martin Luther. Martin Luther, who was Martin Luther? Martin Luther was basically a theologian. Theologian, what do you mean by theologian? Theologian is a person who studies theology, and Martin Luther was doctorate in theology. Theology is a science that deals with the study of religion. So after studying theology, getting a doctorate degree in theology, Martin Luther went to the Catholic Church. Entering the Catholic Church, he came to notice the evil practice that was being carried out inside the church. So he revolted against the church that this should be protested, and this led to a Protestant movement, and that Protestant movement came to be known as Reformation movement. The full form of Reformation movement is Protestant Reformation movement. So this Protestant Reformation movement in short is called Reformation, right? So today we have understood primary source, secondary source, Renaissance and Reformation. These two events, Renaissance and Reformation, have changed the world to a great extent, intellectually, socially and culturally. It made the man to think rationally, and it also led to the translation of Bible in the vernacular language. The Reformation movement has also an important aspect, is that the Bible was translated in the vernacular language. What do you mean by vernacular language? Vernacular means local language, and by converting the Bible, translating the Bible into the local language, the people could easily understand the text of the Bible, and they could not be misled by the popes of the church. What I have earlier told as fathers of the church, they are also called popes of the church. There are certain officials of the church, they are called fathers, popes and other officers of the church. So they could not mislead the Christians, and now the Reformation movement has led to the translation of the Bible into vernacular language, which led the people to understand the text of the Bible which are given in their local language. So this Reformation movement was successful, and which led to the bifurcation of Christianity into two sects. One is Catholic and another is Protestant. The older one, which had certain evils crept inside it, is called Catholic sect, and the sect that came as a result of protest against it is called Protestant sect in the Christianity. So this was all about the first chapter. The remaining we will be discussing in next video, because the length of the video should be small so that you can understand the concept clearly. We will talk in the next video. Till then, bye.